weird for coloring your hair. You're not weird for not identifying with the pronouns that you've been given, right? And so I wrote this book as a spell. He tells us that everyone cooking froze as they were trained to do when something dangerous happens, in attempts to reduce the possibility of anyone getting injured even though it was too late. The size of the flames already towered over Baba, and instinctively his outstretched arms and exposed skin reached into the growing fire that quickly ran up him in seconds, needing to be put out by several cooks, removing their jackets, covering him to calm the blaze, the beast. I started writing at the age of 19 in my sophomore year in college. And I wrote my first poem while in the middle of a study group break because I was about to cry. And it was a poem about this idea that people love to say the phrase, no regrets, but I felt like I was about to make a huge mistake in my life. And I had one of those moments where I was just like, are you really going to major in marketing for the rest of your college career? Like, are you really gonna keep going to accounting classes? Are you really gonna keep doing math that you don't understand? Are you really gonna be studying for these tests that make you wanna cry? And so all of the spacing in my books are set up that way. Like if there is a line break, that means I want you to pause, or I want you to stop, or I want you to take a breath. Like I am using the shape and the format on my page to tell you how I want you to read it.
Hello, good evening, Norristown community. My name is Erica Wharton.
Hi, I'm Angela.
My name is Ismail.
And we're the Bravo family.
Hi, we're the Rosen family.
I would like to introduce you to 4 of my 5 beautiful children.
Hello, I'm Kara Douglas. I'm Carly Douglas.
Joaquin.
Ty Thompson.
I'm Seth.
I'm Jenny. I'm Henry.
I'm Nash.
Today we're here with One Book One Norristown
2025 project, Salt the Water.
By Candice Iloh. Home is always filled with random food aromas, or the smell of chlorine, sweat, or amber body oil, my mother's scent, but rarely clashing together at all the same time. With Baba working long hours at the restaurant, we're always trying to find time to together, somehow mushing up all of our individual stuff. My parents never stopped living their lives when they had us. They just moved things around so that all of us could have whatever we needed to keep becoming ourselves.
That we never had a two-parent household. Our mother always raised us with 5 kids.
Okay. Anything else? What else does it include? You have other family, like how?
Uncles, cousins, aunts, family around in the Norristown area. My mom helps me with my baking career, and she helps me start it. Basically, my manager. She helped me with my basketball career. Came to every game. She's a sports mom.
She helped me with my football career. And school.
Okay.
Also helping us with financial everything.
It made me more supportive, more loving, more understanding of expectations, accountability, keeping them focused, being very patient. You love differently when you have children. They're the ones that you're going to support no matter how old they get. They could be 70 years old. If they're in any challenge, we're going to be there. I sacrifice a lot. I sacrifice time for myself. I sacrifice time with my friend. I sacrifice just a lot of things with careers. My time was geared to them. I would like to probably work on my PhD in psychology. Not sure. Just my dream is keeping my kids focused educated, and understanding. My dream is to be around many, many more years.
Baba didn't go to college. According to Grandma, he almost didn't make it out of high school either. Your daddy was a free bird. Didn't like nobody measuring his wings. I've seen the pictures of him at my age when he called himself Fly, muscle arms strapped over the shoulders of girls happy to be near him, setting up shop at all the block parties, where he said he charged $5 a plate for food his neighborhood wasn't used to before he hustled candy on the subway, just like kids still do, selling everything to raise money to buy his own ingredients. Culinary school was too expensive for a Bronx boy with folks working. Graveyard shifts for pennies, but my father was after a slice of the chef's life.
I don't know. I think my dad's always mentioned like he was always very resourceful and observant, especially because he did a lot of basketball and he always had to be like self-motivated and self-disciplined to always be doing his work and like managing time for everything that he had to do. I think my dad's a very hard worker, and I think he always is willing to like persevere through issues or like problem solve and find a way to navigate them. There's a lot that's different, I guess, just in terms of like technology and resources. So I think there's different expectations that go along with that of like, okay, you have this, so somehow you're going to do better because you have this.
Like there was no water, like you can just turn the knob and get water. We had to walk miles to get water. There was no electricity, so we used like little, what is it called?
Lantern?
Yeah, the lantern, like, and it was like past 7, it was time to go to bed, like 8 o'clock, it was just like out, everybody was out. And then we used really the light in the morning to get up early and go gather water. I just share that with my kids, that whenever they don't want to get up and go to school because they feel a little lightheaded, or I don't know, they feel a little cold. And I tell them these stories that we had many things, we had to overcome many things in order for us to get an education. I wanted to be a computer engineer or anything related to computer. When I went to school, that was something new. I was always fascinated by that, by the computer. So everything technology, I'm always interested. And so I tell this to my kids, like I want you to know that I struggle, but that didn't deter me to get to my goals, which it was I wanted an education. I had to wake up early to go to school. It didn't matter. I wanted to learn. I'm happy, but I think when I retire, I'll still be happy. So that's my goal.
Nice. School is me doing the same thing every day, sitting face forward at a gum-crusted desk that's covered in penis sketches in a packed class, staring down the dry-throated person who's been given the right to tell me what to do because they went to college, stuck under the spell of chalkboard screams or a Promethean board light or dry erase marker fumes until the bell rings to interrupt it all again for the next study in adulthood.
Catholic school
We
until
know.
I was in 10th grade.
Did they
so
slap your hands with yardsticks?
No, I did not get my hands slapped with rulers.
I've always wanted to do that.
That
as
was
children.
before my generation. But my class sizes were very small, and we didn't switch classes until I got to high school.
So she had a clean upbringing in Catholic school. I went to public school, and my public school is very similar to the Norristown public school system.
God.
So this is my life in a nutshell, and particularly when you get to the high school level. I hate paperwork. My life has become an never-ending boredom of paperwork sometimes.
Exactly.
Adulting is kind of sucky sometimes.
School is not intriguing enough to students, and they don't have the motivation to work because of that. I wish that school started later, and I wish that you were up moving around more, and you also had more classes in a day, but then those classes you were able to pick. In school, I normally will listen to music, and if I'm unmotivated, then I think about how I want to have a good adult life and have a family after high school. So that's my motivation. And then when I'm frustrated, I don't get frustrated.
I just kind of put my head down, like, close my eyes for a while and think about it, and then, like, come back to it. And then I would probably, if I was bored, I'd probably just look around the room or read a book or play a game. And if I was unmotivated, I don't really get unmotivated.
I think there's not enough time for movement and hands-on type activities. It's a lot of just sitting and writing or sitting and reading on a Chromebook.
Even though you can choose the classes you want, there's not a large enough selection.
It's almost become boredom for these kids, particularly the ones that are advanced. They're just bored. They don't have enough stimulation and interaction with peers.
They don't really give us much work to do. They don't really give us much advanced work to do. They just tell us all to write the same thing. They don't really give us, like, very advanced things to do.